What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review, and today I am reviewing Lego Marvel Superheroes. I played it for the Wii U, but it's obviously available on other systems and stuff like that. First off, let me say, they've really downgraded the Wii U's range of connection. First off, I had to resync my gamepad for some reason. I have no idea why I had to do that, but alas, I did. It was really weird. So I couldn't even play it without the Wii U gamepad, which I also thought was really stupid, but whatever. The controls for the gamepad weren't that bad once you got used to it, but the connection was so bad. I have it sitting on the floor right here, and I had the gamepad sitting right here, and it's out of range. So I had the Wii U sitting literally laying right up here sideways, and then I was able to play, and I couldn't turn around, I couldn't move it up, down, I couldn't be I got less than a foot was its range. That was so dumb, but once you get past that, finally was able to play the game. This was one of the longer Lego games I've played. It was 15 levels, but the levels had a bunch of pre-stuff that you had to do before you actually entered the level. That you had to do in the main worlds like New York City and the Shield aircraft carrier and stuff like that. Mainly New York City. And then the levels themselves also had a lot of detailed puzzles and different tasks that you had to complete. And I thought this game, which I can compare mostly to Lego DC Supervillains, this game showcased the more of the I think did a better job at showcasing each individual character, at least many of the characters. At the end of the game, they introduce a bunch, and it's hard to really get used to all of them in the time that it takes. The last couple levels, a lot of them, especially the final battle, that you get all these villains and heroes fighting together. So you get to learn all the villains' controls because you've been fighting against them this whole time. You really need to learn the controls. The heroes, though, they do a good job. Captain America gets a lot of representation. Iron Man gets a lot of Hulk. Spider-Man, I think, was the most represented. But you also get to play as Storm, Nick Fury for a little bit, and a bunch of others as well. They all come along and stuff like that. And so it's cool that they got a lot of representation, a lot of good controls. Thor, I thought, was the hardest person to control. I felt like in melee combat, he really couldn't get a hit in no matter what you did. The only way you could really get a hit in with him is using his hammer. And that was a little inaccurate even that. I think the best character for attacking was Spider-Man. Spider-Man or Hulk, for my opinion. A lot of the big guys were really easy to use. Obviously, they're not going to be that hard. And that also, I found out levels when I was playing as a big guy, like Hulk, the Thing. I was able to get a lot more studs and get the what's it called? The 100% stud thing. You get the achievement for that. I know in the Lego DC games I played, like Lego Batman and Lego DC Supervillain and stuff like that, they have Adam West as a Easter egg that you can try and save him and get a little achievement thing. Here, it's not Adam West, it's Stan Lee, which is really cool. They also had a lot of Deadpool Easter eggs. There was you could see him in the background. He was just hiding there, and you can see him oh hi, he was waving along. And They could tip in the loading screen says you can access his room for cheats and stuff like that. Why would you promote cheating in a game? Doesn't seem right. But oh well. It's not. I didn't find that room or do anything. If you've accessed the cheat room, let me know how it is in the comment section down below. I'd like to know. But alas, I didn't find it. But that's okay. It was cool to see the Deadpool Easter eggs, though. That was pretty funny. As were it's a Lego game, so there's going to be a lot of comedy and stuff in it, a lot of funny stuff, and there was some cool, there's one time when, I forget her name, but the telekinesis girl, she does from X-Men, she does dancing, she plays piano, and they all start dancing, and that's funny, and there's a bunch of other times where they just do random stuff out of nowhere, which is funny. It got a little infuriating, and this might be a little bit just a nitpicking complaint for me, but some of the characters have very long, drawn-out attacks. Spider-Man and Hulk, I'm going to emphasize here mainly, but if other characters probably have it too, I just didn't see it as much. But Hulk, you'll pick him up, shake him, spin him. It takes 10 seconds to complete the move or whatever. Spider-Man, he'll spin him in webs and jump up in the air and stuff like that. And when you're trying to take out multiple enemies at once, I like to try and use the one where you can select it, like Spider-Man, Thor, Captain America, that kind of thing. They can do that, and a few others can do that as well, obviously. This game, like a lot of other Lego games, also has a lot of replayability, especially because of the free play mode. You can jump in with all the characters that you've unlocked and go back through the levels and unlock a bunch of stuff that you couldn't during the main levels because of new characters and new areas that you can go to. Especially the gold bricks and the magnetic stuff and all that stuff. You can jump in there, and there's and the Wolverine switches and stuff like that. There's a lot of Wolverine in this game. Which he wasn't actually in the end of the game, which was a little weird. There probably is a reason for that, but I don't know why. The only villain you don't get to unlock is Loki, which was weird. I thought you would get to play as Loki. Guess not. He didn't seem like the main villain for most of the game. It seemed like Doom was the main villain for most of the game. But you get to play as Doom at the end of the game, and you can play as him in free play. You cannot play as Loki in free play, though. I don't think. I haven't played free play. Just finished the game. But the levels seemed a lot larger and more drawn out. The levels, man, they were really weird. I mean, you start off with Sandman, right? And then he doesn't reappear at all in the game. But then you go to this level. There's this level where you're on an island full of raptors. Is that not a Jurassic Park knockoff? I mean, they kind of reference how it's kind of connected to the MCU, but they're literally fighting raptors and stuff like that. My God. That was pretty funny, and there was a few other things as well, that were mainly like that. There were a few times though where characters there was one time I think I was fighting with the fire guy, and he was going up to do a thing, and then the game just the game would just start fucking up and glitching out and stuff like that. And there was another time where I was playing as the Thing, and he got stuck on a balcony. And I had to go all the way back to start the level. It's near the end of the level, and I had to go all the way back to start to restart and save my progress. And because he got stuck and he couldn't jump out, that pissed me off. There was a few of those levels that were just very infuriating because the tips were very infrequent, I should say. They would come at some points and not come at others, and then you would go up and try and do something and they would give you a tip for something else. That got a little infuriating because, like Sonic and a few other games that I played, there's no real introduction to this stuff, and some of the moves you really need to figure out. They're not hard to figure out. Obviously there's not a lot, a million buttons you gotta try and sort through. There's only 8 or whatever. And so, you can figure it out pretty easily. But if you're in a middle of a melee combat or whatever, you gotta know what moves to do. And if they're not gonna tell you what the moves are, and they never teach you, what are you gonna do? I don't know. You can get past that. There's not a huge loss there. But overall, I mean, this game was a lot of fun to play. A lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of races to do and bricks to collect and things to do. I beat the main story and I got a feel for the whole game, but there's still a lot of stuff that I haven't even gotten into. And so, if you're a big fan of Lego games in general, especially Marvel, this is a game you should definitely pick up if you haven't and give it a shot. Preferably probably on Steam, but you can get it on a console as well if that's what you prefer. I had it on Wii U. That's why I'm just trying to work through games that I've been having sitting there collecting dust for years and just now playing them and doing reviews of them, or playing them as individual videos on the channel when applicable. But for this game, I think I'm going to have to give it an 8 out of 10. It was a little long for me. I think they could have easily shortened it down, especially when it came to dead time in the game. I think that's when it could really shorten down. But overall, I think it's a very fun game, an easily replayable game with lots of content to do, and I definitely think it's one that a lot of people enjoy. So, if you've ever played this game, let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. So that's going to stay up for this game review. Stay tuned for much more amazing content, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.